What's up? What's up? What's up? You know the voice, you know who it is. I'm your host, Justin Emery, and thank you for joining me on episode 7 of Just in Time. A couple of quick things to get into before the episode starts. I want to give a shout out and a special thank you to all the people that have been downloading the show recently. The show is now in 29 states. My people in Delaware, I'm missing you guys. So I know I have friends that live in Delaware. Download the show so I can get a download in that state. Also, some states like South Dakota, Wyoming, Idaho. Download the show there. I promise I won't make fun of you guys for being in the middle of nowhere anymore. Just download the show. And shout out to my one listener that I have in North Dakota. I'm hoping it's Carson Wentz. One GOAT recognizes another one, so I want to appreciate him for taking the time to download the show. As always, for all things regarding the show, you can check out the website, www.justinpemery.com, as well as following me on social media, all the channels at Justin Emery Show. And without any further delays, and joining the program right now, I got a good friend of mine I've known for quite a long time, Alan Vickers, video media specialist, former regional ABC News reporter, and you might recognize him from his appearance on Netflix's Designated Survivor. Alan Vickers, what's up, buddy?
Hey, man. Hey, thank you for having me. I think maybe people won't recognize me from Designated Survivor because I was in there for maybe 5 seconds, but I appreciate the very kind words and your introduction, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure. Just so you know, though, I screenshot that and tweeted that picture out like 6 months ago.
Oh, then I'm a star then, man. Thank you. Thank you for being a loyal fan of Designated Survivor and then me as well. I appreciate that.
So how did they make, like, did they just come to you and say, do you want to be an extra in it? Or like, what did they do? Because you had to, you read from a script for the show. So it wasn't just not like they just took B-roll from one of your live shots or something. Like, you actually had to read the script. So how did they come to you for that?
Well, it was kind of a station thing that they had connections there, and we were able just to, all the different anchors and reporters just kind of had their day where they would read from a script, and next thing you know, the script may be like 5 minutes, 10 minutes long, and then you see yourself on TV for maybe 5 seconds. So, that's a little TV magic right there. I thought I knew TV magic being a reporter, but then they showed me even more magic for Netflix and for ABC.
I mean, hey, man, the president was watching you on TV. Like, you were delivering news.
I was delivering news to a fictional president, and it was kind of cool, just to see Kiefer Sutherland. He probably doesn't know my name or anything, but I was there, at least for show purposes.
Right.
So, that's kind of cool. That's an experience I never thought, sitting in class in college, I never thought that, I'd be on that type of television show. It's cool. I'm not going to lie and say it's not cool, but, I never thought about it, and it just happened. And then here I am today on a little bit on Designated Survivor.
Have you been on anything else?
No, that was it. That was my one and only TV show appearance that I know of. Hopefully I'm not on somebody's blooper reel for my many TV reports.
Quick Sixers question for you.
Yes, go for it.
Yo, is the virus going to save Brett Brown's job?
That's the thing. I am...
If you say anything other than no, I might hang up.
Dude, I think it might, because, I mean, he never got a full season with the team. It's so crazy for this Philadelphia Sixers franchise that every year something happens, whether, it's Embiid, and then Embiid's healthy, and then Ben Simmons gets injured, and then you come back, and then Markelle Fultz is injured, and then Markelle comes back and breaks Embiid's face, and then you get Jimmy Butler and Tobias, and you lose to Kawhi Leonard, and then this year you get Al Horford, who's supposed to be made for the playoffs, and you get Josh Richardson, and you get Alex Burks and Glenn Robinson III at the trade deadline, and then what? Um, not even a week later, you get Corona virus that's came. So at first I was very on the camp of this should be Brett Brown's last year, but now I just look and I'm like, he's never had a fair shot with this Sixers franchise, which is not really his fault at this point, especially this one, you know. So yeah, he'll probably get an extra year.
You think they're going to have the season? Think they're coming back?
That's I don't know. It just depends. I know they're thinking about holding it with no one there, but then you think about it like Corona, unless these players are in isolation all day and they don't touch anything, and they're never in contact with somebody who was in contact with somebody who was in contact with somebody that might have it. I don't know how you police that.
What I had heard is the thing that I had heard is that they're looking at potentially renting out an entire one, two, or three. I don't know how exactly many they're going to need casino properties in Vegas, and
just have them all come there.
Quarantining all the players, referees, broadcast staff, anybody that's needed to actually put the games on. The show halls within a casino. I don't know if you've ever been to the casinos in Vegas, but the show halls are more than big enough to be converted into an NBA court. More than big enough. And they would just do it there, and they would be able to have, food for the players and everything all on site. They would just quarantine the entire building. That's good in theory. Yeah. Let's see it actually happen.
And are they allowed to bring their family, or are they saying goodbye to their family? So it's just the players.
It's
almost like the Olympics, right?
This would be the way that the playoffs would go. They would go right into the playoffs, and this is what they would do. It would be all the playoff teams. It would basically be like when you were playing Little League, and you'd have those like 2-week tournaments where you'd go somewhere and just play.
Yeah.
See, you might play 4 games in 6 days, something like that.
Yeah. I just wonder if the players will want to. I know that
they want to get paid.
we can say huff and puff, but does that matter to them? I mean, I just see I don't see athletes like, oh my God, I need basketball players. We're not talking about football players. We're talking about multi-millionaire basketball players. Do they think it's worth it?
They want to get paid.
To take this
risk?
Want
to get paid.
I mean, every basketball player wants to get paid.
Yes.
All right. That's my thing. I hope it happens, but I'm not. I know a lot of people are bent out about non-sports, and I'm okay. I'm
look at it like this. I understand, you're LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
This might be his last chance.
Yeah.
He might 20. What to him? What's another $25 million? He probably doesn't care.
That's what I'm saying.
But look at your look at your rookies. Your the lower tier guys. No games get played. You don't get paid.
Oh yeah, no, I get it for those guys.
So
but
collect
there's
and I believe it's 68 games they have to play to be considered a season.
Yeah.
I mean,
how many games do they play?
Low 60s, I think.
Yeah. But I don't know a rookie who's I guess Zion.
Well, no, look at somebody look at an Anthony Davis. He won't accrue that year and can't hit free agency.
I just don't know where the players. I mean, I get it. It would be great to have basketball, but I just don't. If the players are no, we're okay. The players union comes out and is we could skip this. Then I'm not going to be mad either way. It doesn't really do anything.
I look at it as the players want to play,
the
owners want to play,
of course they want their money.
The league wants to play. When everybody involved wants to play, you'll find a way to play.
Hey man, if you're right, you're right. I just don't. I don't know. It's just kind of a weird. Especially if this was the beginning of the season, would you want them to finish out the season?
No, that's why I think it's okay if you go right into the playoffs.
Okay.
If you go right into the playoffs, that's why I think it's going to be fine.
Yeah. So would you do a 1 through 16 tournament, or would it just be East and West like usual?
I did not consider the 1 through 16. I kind of like that. You'd have
Yeah,
to
because
have
everyone's there.
You'd have to have some kind of like preseason warm up or something to get the players in shape, because they're not going to come in. They're not going to be in shape. You know that.
Not gonna be in shape at all.
No, so you're going to have to do something to.
Would you make it?
What's
Would
that?
you do best of 7 or best of 5? I would do first round best of 5. I would do best of 5 until the championship, and then do best of 7.
I would probably do best of 3 in the first round.
Oh, well, baseball.
Best of 5 in the second round, and then the last two, the conference finals, or whatever, the semifinals, and then the finals would both be best of 7.
Siete. Oh, that's fun. I mean, that'd be fun. And I feel like the longer you get away from it, the more in shape they'll be. Hopefully, there's less cause of this pandemic, by that time. When would you want to make the tournament? Would you want to make the tournament? Because you don't want to run into the other season. That's the other thing. So would it have to be August, maybe?
Here's the thing. I feel like they could do the whole thing probably in about a month to 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
I think that they could run the whole thing in a month to 6 weeks, because everybody's all in the same area. You don't have to worry about travel days and all that. Everybody's in the same area, or in the same spot. So you don't have to worry about that. That's number one. Secondly, I mean, think about it. If you have, how long are the playoffs now? End of April to like the beginning of June. So what's it already like
just about that.
It's already like 7-8 weeks, and you're cutting out several games out of the first round, including the travel days. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's always a day off between playoff games, but that's for traveling and everything. Like, there could be the players have just had off 3-4 weeks. Do they need off every other playoff game? There's no travel, so you'd be able to accelerate the playoff schedule as well.
But if they're not in shape, then you don't want to run them into the ground. Or would you give them? How long are you giving them off? How long are you giving them to train to get back in playoff shape?
I'd say about 3 weeks.
Okay.
I'd say give them at least 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay. All right.
And then also with the NBA, it's not like, other state, like, for example, baseball. Their season's probably shot because they run into weather.
Oh, my God.
They run into weather. The NBA,
oh, my God.
all their games are indoors. So they can wait out longer.
This was going to be Bryce Harper's MVP year, man. I saw it. I had a vision. This was it. This was going to be his year. It was going to be him, Nola, and Wheeler taking the Phillies everywhere.
Little bit of tidbit information. I saw the neighborhood that he lives in Vegas.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, I bet it would have to be.
Ooh.
It would have to be. He'd have to be living in luxury.
Well, see, here's the thing about that might be a little misconception about the real estate in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
It is significantly lower than it is on the East Coast. Like his house, I want to say his house is maybe about a $3 million house. No, I'm not saying that's not a lot of money. It's a $3 million house. But you put that in New Jersey, and you're looking at like $7-8 million. Like that.
Wow.
I believe the most expensive house in the entire city, like the entire Vegas Valley, belongs to Tillman Fertitta.
No, that makes sense.
And it was $30 million. The most expensive house in the entire. It's probably by default. I don't know this. I'm just going to make an assumption that it's probably the most expensive house in the whole state. Just being as how such small populated areas are in that state. Maybe Lake Tahoe might have some crazy houses, so maybe not. But in Vegas, the most expensive house is the Tillman Fertitta at $30 million. Put that into perspective. You drive through the main line in Philadelphia, every other house is $30 million.
Mm-hmm.
So the value of a dollar goes further. So, but that takes nothing away from the fact that his neighborhood. Yes.
Wow, that's something. But yeah, I really thought this would be, Bryce Harper's year to kind of. I mean, I thought he had a decent year last year,
I'm a
but I
fan.
thought this would be his MVP year. This is the year where he shuts up all the haters and just says, I mean, because he's got so much. He probably has so much angst, even if he doesn't want to admit it. The team you left and started your career with, who didn't win before, won a World Series without you after you signed a big contract and your team didn't make the playoffs. Like, it's not like the Nationals knocked the Phillies out. No, Phillies didn't even make the playoffs. So this was going to be Bryce Harper's year of just like, hey, hey, sir, I'm Bryce Harper. I'm the man.
What they need to do is go get Chris Bryant.
Yeah, that would be good.
That's what needs to happen.
That would be really good.
That's what needs to happen.
Because who's at third base now? Kingery? I don't know about all that.
He's at second. Pretty sure he's at second.
He's at second? Who's at third then? Is it Didi or Segura?
So I'm pretty sure they're running Segura at third. Didi's playing short. Which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, I feel like the Phillies got some more moves up their sleeves in the next couple of years. I think they're next up in Philly. Next up to win.
Really? I think it's the Sixers.
It's either them or the Flyers. I don't know. I just feel like in Philly, since I've been watching, like the teams that we think will win don't, and then the other team comes out of nowhere. Like the Phillies, like 2008, everybody was all eagled up. Everybody was Flyers up. And then the Phillies come in, they're like, yeah, no, it's us. It's us, baby. Then the Eagles, I mean, Nick Foles, when Carson went down, people jumped off the ship. And Nick Foles comes through. So maybe the Phillies, maybe the Flyers. Flyers were looking good. I don't know what they're going to do there. Nobody talks about that. Everyone's like,
I'm really glad you brought the Flyers up.
Basketball, Carter Hart.
Yeah, no, something that a lot of people might not know is that hockey is actually your sport.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Hockey.
Man.
People might not realize that hockey is definitely your sport.
They look at me and think hockey's not my sport for some odd reason. I won't put a finger on it, but I do love the boys with the sticks and the ice.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So I'm feeling a little robbed of a Golden Knights Flyers Stanley Cup.
That would have been sick. That would have been sick, man. The Flyers, because you know what? They started to catch on. And everybody started beating everybody except Boston. I feel like they lost to Boston kind of like when they were doing their run. But still, like the Flyers, they had a good year. They got a good goalie. They finally got a dependable goalie, good defense. Guys are scoring. Yeah, they were in fourth place in the division. I mean, in the conference with 89 points.
What do you think
Boston
about...
has 100.
I mean... I think it was Harry Mays said that the coronavirus. I believe he said the coronavirus cost the Flyers the first cup since '75. I believe he was the one that said that quote.
It could, man, because you look, and there's not too many teams. I mean, the Capitals, Flyers. I feel like they beat them lately. The Flyers were 9-1 in their last 10. That is the best in the Eastern Conference. And out of the playoff teams, and pretty much the best in the Western Conference. I mean, Vegas was 8-2, St. Louis was 8-2, but the Flyers at home were dominant, 25-6-4. Away, like the Sixers, what's up with that? They're about 500. So
I don't even want to talk about the Sixers' road record.
I don't understand it. I just wanted to see them in the playoffs, man.
You know what it means? It's really simple. It means that the coach has no authority.
Oh.
That's what it means. It's simple. Why am I on Twitter at 1:00 in the morning Pacific time seeing pictures of Embiid at a casino the night before a game on a road trip? Why am I seeing Embiid at a casino at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, alone, no security, no team personnel with him?
Maybe he couldn't sleep. I don't know. I don't know what that man does. I just wish him to be
Well, I'm just
healthy
saying.
and
No, I
and honest
understand
to
that.
God, yeah.
It's
No, I hear
just,
you.
come on, man.
Well, that's
There's
the
only one Iverson. There's
organization.
only one Iverson.
Yeah, that's the organization. My thing is, I don't care. Like the regular season, I know a lot of media and people were just making every win. Unless it was a good team, it wasn't a big deal, and every loss was the biggest deal in the world. And I've watched too much basketball in my life to care about the regular season. And I feel like that's maybe where Simmons and Embiid are. They're like, yo, we don't care. We're just trying to be healthy for the playoffs because the Sixers were dominant 2 years ago and then last year and then lost. And so it's just like just get to the playoffs. That's why they got Al Horford. The Sixers were built, I think, for the playoffs. And it stinks to me because we might have to go through another year of Sixers wins and losses being the biggest deal in the world. And I'm like, that's not fair for basketball. In football, you lose 2 games, that's skies fall. In basketball, who cares? Teams make the playoffs with like 42 losses. Who cares? Just get to the playoffs. Hockey's different for some reason. No, hockey's not different. Because remember when the Flyers, when they went to the Stanley Cup and they were like the eighth seed that got in the last day, and they went to the Stanley Cup.
2009, 2010, I think. 2010,
yeah.
actually.
Where they played the Blackhawks or whatever.
Yep.
Was that year?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just like, come on, man. I know people have to, people have jobs and they have to, you have to make content, but at the same time, let's kind of chill. And if the Sixers win at home, that's most important because that's where all the fans are. So who cares? They could go 0 for 41 on the road or 42, whatever. Or what is it? Yeah, 41. They could lose every game on the road. It doesn't matter as long as you win at home.
Nah.
That's where the people are paying.
No, that's BS, man. That's
hey,
BS.
Man,
you know why?
I'll tell
you why it's BS. Because if
you
at
tell me why it's BS, Skip Bayless.
Because at 41 and 41, you're the 7th seed.
That's playoffs. That's all I want. Just get to the playoffs.
You need to, but if you got to win at home, you got to be a top 4 seed. Then your theory, you have to get at least a top 4 seed. That's why you have to win at home and on the road.
So
that's
wait,
what
my thing is
championship teams win at home. Championship teams win on the road. They go to your city and take your soul.
Yeah, I guess you could go with that.
That's why when they fail to beat Toronto, and I believe it was Game 4. That
changed the series. But that was at home, right? Was that at home or was that away?
Maybe it was against Brooklyn.
Sixers.
There was one of the road games in the playoffs.
I think it was
Toronto.
Was that 2019?
Was it Game 2 then? Maybe it was Game 2.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
I think it might have been Game 2.
They had the lead.
They had a 20+ point lead.
They had the lead, and they couldn't do anything with it. That's coaching. I mean, that's coaching to me. When you have a lead and you're beating somebody, and then for some reason, falls apart at the end. Like Brett's got to call timeouts sometimes. Like he's got to stop the momentum. I feel like Brett's a coach that he's a very good coach, very good, cares about his players, but he wants to let them be men, and figure it out. And sometimes you got to be like, oh no, I got to get this win. I can't let you guys be men. I got to, we'll figure this out as a team. So it's a learning experience. And that's why I think he's going to be back next year. It's just, this is a learning experience. What can you tell Brett this year? What can you say to him? Hey, Embiid was out. Ben was out with a back injury. And then we traded and got new players who kind of gelled, but kind of didn't gel. Al Horford, we thought was good. Tobias, like what? Everything. It's just such a weird season. Like, I think Al Horford was injured, right, for some of the season with his a leg injury. I think. I'm not going to say positive with that. But you just gotta kind of at least one more year with Brett. I'm sorry. I know you don't want to hear it. I know you're gonna cut my mic off soon, but I really think that Brett gets another year at the helm of the Sixers.
I'm
Is he the
joined
longest
by.
tenured coach in Philadelphia right now?
Yes, he
I
is.
think
Yes,
so.
he is. No, he
Yeah.
definitely is. It's not even close.
Yeah.
I'm joined on the phone by Alan Vickers, Emmy Award-winning news reporter for ABC.
Oh, not Emmy winning. Emmy nominated.
Somebody's calling me. Oh, I gotta decline that.
All right, bro. You
Uh,
want to call me later? Are we
no,
good?
I declined it. Some spam risk. I'm not picking that up.
Okay.
Come on now.
I'm trying to look up the
So
Sixers
what are you doing these days, man? What are you into? What are
basketball.
you into?
So basically, Justin, what I'm doing now is basically
When you're not on Designated
healthcare
Survivor.
related. Oh wait, what?
When you're not on Designated Survivor, what are you doing?
Oh man, my bad. I'm working at this healthcare media company over in Jersey. It's pretty cool. I'm learning a lot. Each day we're doing different disease states, and it's a change from what I was doing, but so far so good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I know it's not covering the Flyers, but
Oh man. Well, you know what? I guess it worked out because I wouldn't be covering anything if Philadelphia sports teams would have looked at my resume. But no, very grateful for where I'm at, and this is cool. This is definitely a different part of the journey, but I like it.
so let's dive into some music a little bit. What do you listen to these days?
Ooh, you know what, man? I've been all over the place, and like, not just like rap, like listen to
All different
rap or
genres.
rock, dude. All different genres.
Ah, so just give me a
I
couple.
was
Give me
I've
give me
been
something right now. What's on some of your playlist?
Oh, dude, you know what? This is a little backstory. So, for work, they had me traveling to Nashville just for like a quick business trip, and my Uber driver, he was playing music from his homeland of Venezuela, and we kind of had long drives. We were just jamming out to that, and that was in the beginning of March. And since then, I play Venezuelan music every day. Just it gets me up. It gets me up in the morning. Just it's just energy. I like the energy that comes with it. So
And where you said this
Venezuelan
was not
music,
Nashville? You said
huh?
was it Nashville?
Yeah. I was in Nashville for like a quick business trip, and he just played it, and he was telling me all about it. And he seemed excited about it, so I just was like, oh well, I'll listen to it. And I didn't want to let him down, my Uber driver in Nashville, and that's what's been on my Apple Music. There's a lot of Venezuelan music, some classical, some rap, obviously, but definitely that's new, and I feel like that's very different Venezuelan music.
What do you think about these
Very cool.
IG battles, man?
They're fun. I wish there was more of a. If you're on like Twitter or something, or just somewhere like IG, like it's on my phone and I'm watching it, and then I'm just like, I feel like I'm missing something. I got to stay on the app. I wish there was like another way, or if they YouTube them. They should put them on YouTube after. I don't know. They should be on TV. There's nothing else on TV. All I watch is wrestling. There's nothing else on TV. They should put these IG rap battles on a TV channel.
You know who?
But
2 Chainz challenged somebody today. Did you see it?
I know. Was he looking at Meek Mill, or who did he challenge?
Yeah, he did. He challenged Meek. A lot of people wanted him to battle.
Wow.
A lot of people wanted him to battle Fab. You know he doesn't want any piece of that.
No, you know what? 2 Chainz has a lot of good features and a lot of good.
I mean, he's the Trap King.
A lot of good. Yeah, he's very good. But I'm gonna have to go. I'm living in Philadelphia now, so I would go with Meek Mill if it came down to it, because he has all his old mixtapes that are still fire.
Yeah.
So he's got some good albums. I don't know how many good albums 2 Chainz
I'm not a rapper.
has.
I'm a trapper.
Yeah. What was it? Pretty Girls Like Trap Music or something? I can't think of any like a full album of 2 Chainz. I knew we had one with Lil Wayne, but I feel like that came and went. Yeah, I'll go with Meek Mill.
Yeah, I mean, you got all the Flamers. You got the Dream Chasers.
Yeah. Dream Chasers. Even his last album, Championships. I feel like that would have came out like when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, because I feel like that's what type of vibe it had. That thing would have been crazy, played all over Philly. But yeah, I'm comfortable with siding with Meek Mill. When is that?
Oh man, he challenged him today. I want to say maybe
Okay.
Friday. Like saying Meek accepts.
Right.
As far as I know, Meek hasn't accepted it yet. But
Okay.
I would say I think they've been doing it on Friday nights or Saturday nights the last couple of times. So I would assume it would stay the same schedule.
That would be awesome. I wonder who's somebody that you'd want to see.
Oh,
I know they had
I've
Timbaland and
Tim and Swizz. It was
it
was Lil Jon and T-Pain.
Yeah.
And I feel like there was a third one.
Who do you want to see?
Who do I want to see? Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll give you two. I'll give you my heavyweights that I want to see, and then I'll give you my some personal favorites I want to see. The heavyweights. I want to see Pharrell.
Ooh.
And Dre.
Wow.
I want to see Pharrell and Dre. For the one one of my personal ones that I just need to see done for the sake of music, I need to see Cassidy and Kendrick Lamar.
I think Kendrick was. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, Kendrick would if you put the mainstream success against each other, Kendrick's going to wash him. But if you let Cassidy expand his entire discography, now we have some fun to play with.
That would be, you know what? I would tune into that.
Oh, I would tune into it all day long. I want to start doing podcast battles.
Who would you battle in a podcast?
I don't know. Just sign somebody up. It doesn't matter. Close your eyes, throw a dart at the iTunes board, and it doesn't matter who it is.
Wow. Taking on anybody.
Yeah, taking on
anybody and anybody.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple guys who I know better than to bark up that tree. I don't want any piece of them. But all in all, it's kind of like, you might for as good of a battle rapper you might think that you are. And I'm not meaning you individual. I'm talking about you as in just the phrase.
Oh yeah, I got no rap skills.
Like you might think you're a great rapper, and it's all fun and games until like Eminem comes after you, or someone like that.
Ooh.
So like, there's certain people out there that I know. Don't go barking up that tree. But the vast majority of them, I ain't worried about it.
Now, are we talking just beat makers or like rappers for this battle?
I'm thinking I need hit makers. So anything that you would define as a hit maker.
You know what I'd love to see, and this is off a more than 10-year debate at this point, or maybe a little less than that. Let's say 12 years. 12-year debate would be Jay-Z versus Lil Wayne, because that was all my freshman year in college. I was a big Jay-Z guy, and my roommates were huge Wayne fans, and I was like, I think Jay-Z's kind of got him beat. And they're like, nah, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know rap. And I was like, okay, I
mean, that's a heavyweight battle. That's a heavyweight battle.
I'd love to see that.
The only thing is like, neither one of those guys are the type of guy that'll do that.
I know.
Like Jay-Z,
he doesn't. Contest,
he doesn't.
Never gonna see
yeah, he doesn't care. Neither one of them care about being in that. Like, even if everybody wants to see them in it, neither one of them care to do it. And it's a shame because I'd love to see it.
That would be like Reasonable Doubt, No Ceilings.
Oh, No Ceilings.
Blueprint,
oh man.
The Carter 3. Like, I mean, that's just like that could go on for like a best of 7 series. You know what I'm saying?
It'll be something
like
else.
Basketball, baseball, early Wayne versus early Jay-Z, late Wayne. I guess late Jay-Z would beat late Lil Wayne, I guess. But
How about we
when they
keep
were
late
both kind
both
of
of them
hot,
out of the battle? Just keep late both of them away.
just early and mid. That's crazy. That's 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 awesome. That'd be a cool battle. That would be my dream battle. That's never going to happen
Yeah, I mean,
for some reason. I mean, it's
just
not like
like
they're doing anything right now.
just like 2 Chainz said, nobody wants any piece of Drake though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Man.
he literally says it right there in the video. He goes, "Come on, we all know." He said it in the song. I got more slaps than the Beatles. We don't want any part of Drake.
Yeah. Drake's got some. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, Drake. Yeah. I guess Drake versus. No, I don't know. I don't know who I would put with Drake. Yeah, he's on his own kind of company. Well, how about this? Wayne versus Drake, and then whoever wins versus Jay-Z. That would be kind of cool.
I mean, at this point, should we just do different camps? Should we do like Young Money versus Rockefeller? Like, is that what we just do at these point in times? Like, then you open up, and then you open up the Rihanna against Nicki Minaj.
You know what? I was going to say Rihanna versus Drake. I think that would be fun.
Honestly,
at least.
You know who I'm taking?
Who are you taking?
I'm taking Rhea, I think.
That's what I was thinking. But I was like, I don't know. I mean, we said rappers, and then so.
Yeah, no. If we're expanding the box, I actually, you should go back and listen to episode 5 if you haven't caught it yet. We actually have a.
Yeah, how do I listen to these episodes?
Anywhere, man. iTunes, Google, YouTube, whatever your preferred destination is to get on. I know you have an iPhone, so I'm gonna tell you Apple Podcasts.
Hey, bro, thanks, man.
So go that route. But we actually discussed on episode 5 Rihanna's impact in music over like the last 10 to 15 years, and I won't give up too much, but the guest Marcus, who was on there, made an extremely bold prediction, or let me rephrase it, a bold statement regarding Rihanna versus Beyonce, and I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, I'm interested. I'll have to tune in.
Yeah, episode 5. Episode 6 will drop tomorrow. So yeah, it's the latest episode, episode 5.
What's up? What's going on in episode 6?
Oh, I had one of the lovely ladies from one of Nevada's esteemed legal brothels.
Wow, man. Hey, man, just keep these guests coming. I'm part of it now, so.
Oh no! You're going to be a recurring theme. Like, I hope these people out here listening get used to hearing your voice, because what people might not realize is that we did this 5-6 years ago. We tried doing this.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we did. It seems like a lifetime ago, but that thing was really fun, man.
Yeah, so these people out here listening better get used to hearing your voice. Now, before I let you go out the door, I need 2 things. First off, any other projects you got coming down the line that you want to tease out?
No, man. I'm just happy to kind of be a part of this new podcast you got going, and I'm just looking forward to being on more episodes and listening to episodes on Apple Podcasts.
Definitely. Let everybody know where they can follow you at, where they can find you at.
Yeah, I am kind of all over the place, but if you want to find me or contact me...
Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget Netflix, Designated Survivor.
Yeah, for 5 seconds if you want to see me. But seriously, if you want to follow my random thoughts, I'm on Twitter at Allen, ALLEN, and then Vickers _. So if you want to follow me there, that's where the hits are.
You doing any blogging these days?
No, I want to start. I don't know really what to go with, like a sports one, but there's no sports. I don't know.
Off air, I got a suggestion for you. I'll drop it to you off air.
Hey, bro, I'm all ears. But yeah,
Now,
maybe I want to get more of my thoughts out.
definitely,
The atmosphere,
definitely. Well,
pollute the air.
the door to the show is always open for you. I appreciate you jumping on, and this will definitely not be the last time.
Hey, thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
For sure. It's always a good time reconnecting with the great Alan Vickers, one of my good friends. That will bring episode 7 to a conclusion. Rate and review, preferably 5 stars. Follow at Justin Emery Show on all social media channels. Check out the website, www.justinpemery.com. Episode 8 will be out at 10 a.m. Eastern on Thursday, and you guys will hear from me then.